whatever. Just do it.
Do it. Just do it.
Do it. Bum 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 bum.
Feel it.
Bum 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 bum. Did you just have to add feel it?
Yeah, fucking Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, right?
I know what you're doing. Feel the vibration. Boom, 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 boom. Why are we terrible?
Oh my god. Hold on.
It's just a good vibration.
The fuck? You know how like some instruments are like dated to certain eras? Electric piano is dated early 90s to me because all of like the fucking club music.
All of it has it.
All of it has
single
electric
song.
piano. Every single club tune from like 1989 to 1992 has electric piano in it, prominently featured.
It is absolutely true, and I absolutely love it.
So welcome to episode 10, the big 1-0 of Stuck in the Middle with You, a podcast where two guys take a look at a critically divisive film and see on what side of the consensus they fall on. My name is Derek Gade. My friend and collaborator's name is Juan Barkeen. Say hi, Juan.
Hi, more like Stuck in the Middle with Woo! Okay.
You got it out of your system?
Yeah.
Before we get this show on the proverbial road, got a little bit of housekeeping to do, man. Some things to take care of. First thing, I would like to say that the television show that I talked about last week in passing called what was it?
The Lair.
That's right, The Lair.
Which is really gay, apparently.
Apparently, that's how it reads. Anyway, I said
vampires.
Gay Vampire Mysteries. That actually probably would have been a better name for the show, the Gay Vampire Mysteries. But anyway, that show, I said that it was an ongoing series. Turns out that the run actually ended in 2009, and we're gonna give Gay.com some free publicity here because why not? No one listens to this anyway. So you can find all 3 seasons of The Lair streaming right now on Gay.com.
In addition to an 8-part web comic, which
There's
is
a little mini
season
media
2.5.
empire.
Yeah, it's kind of genius.
Oh man, it's nuts, right? The internet is wild.
I want to do that someday. I want to have like my multimedia campaign for all my movies, and books and bullshit. Anyway,
and one other bit of housekeeping. So we got some like not direct fan mail, but we got a little bit of fan mail from a friend of mine named Neil who lives in, I'm not exactly sure where, but I do know that it's in the American Southeast, not too far from where you actually are, Juan.
Oh my.
So he sent me a Facebook message, and the message goes like this. Okay, so from the first Stuck in the Middle with You podcast, you and Juan had a bit on favorite devils in film. Bit. And I've been sitting on this thought for a while, being on the devil in film, and I had hoped you and Juan would go deeper with that in a separate podcast on that, because that'd be hella cool. I just figured I'd throw this your way. Back in 2002, 2003-ish, BMW put out a series of short films entitled The Hire. All of these were directed by different directors. Granted I'm drunk, can only remember Ang Lee and Tony Scott being 2. But there were a few others. Anyway, Tony Scott's is my favorite, and in my opinion, the best. Taking a step back, all of these films involve whatever model of BMW they were trying to pimp out at the time, and then Clive Owen as the driver of said car. The Tony Scott film involves Clive Owen being hired as a driver for James Brown, to go meet with the devil at the Crossroads Hotel in Las Vegas because James Brown met with the devil at the fabled Blues Crossroads in Mississippi and sold his soul for fame and fortune, and now would like to renegotiate his contract. It's incredible and cameos, and I love it so much. Too long, don't read. Watch this. Thanks. So thanks, Neil, for your message, for your rambly, drunk-ass message.
I really want to watch like all of these shorts now, actually.
There's probably a clever, enterprising soul that's put all of these on a YouTube playlist somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find it.
So enough of that nonsense. Let's get to this week's movie, which was
Ben Younger's Prime.
That's right, from 2005.
Yes. Oh my god, it's been a decade since I saw this in the theaters.
That's right, this was a rewatch for you. And this was a first-time watch for me. And boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy.
Man. Boy, howdy, I wish I could have those 2 hours back.
Fuck you. It's not even 2 hours, first of all. It's like an hour 40.
It's an hour 40 something. Still manages to feel about 20 minutes too long.
It does not at all.
There's a recurring theme
It
of movies
breezed
here.
by. It breezed by,
Yeah,
Derek.
breezed, sure.
No, it really did. Honestly, it does not feel the length it is.
But anyways, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Juan, what is this movie about? What is Prime about?
Prime is about a divorced woman who is 37 years old who
Played
ends
by
up...
Uma Thurman.
Yes, played by Uma Thurman, who ends up dating a 23-year-old who is, unfortunately, the son of her therapist, played by Meryl Streep.
Well, the therapist is played by Meryl Streep, but the son, the person that Uma Thurman is dating, is played by the bland-tastic Brian Greenway.
Yeah, like, that's why I didn't mention his name, because nobody cares about him, and that's okay.
It's weird, though, because this is ostensibly the male romantic lead in the film, and I would expect more in terms of, like, performance and presence from him, and he did not deliver.
So. I don't think
he was risking being upstaged by John Abrahams at several points in the film. And here's the thing about John Abrahams.
Risking, but he doesn't get.
Here's the thing with John Abrahams. If you don't know that name, he was the dude who played Bobby in Scary Movie.
Yep.
And he was also the dude who was Ellen DeGeneres' house DJ on her show for a while. So that kind of tells you at what level.
I'm glad that you know that he was her house DJ.
Wikipedia, motherfucker.
That's like a really it's a really interesting but random fact to know. And I mean,
that's the spice that makes these kinds of shows all right. And by these kinds of shows, I mean movie podcasts.
Yeah. I don't think you necessarily need to have that interesting of a male lead, because honestly, it's not his movie. Even though the movie occasionally thinks it is, but it really is not at all.
I think this movie confuses boringness for naturalism.
Fuck you, it does not. I disagree wholeheartedly on that fact.
Okay.
I think it is very natural. I think it is very realistic in its expectations of what a relationship like this should be like, how it plays out, how it affects the people around us and ourselves. I don't know. I thought it was solid as hell.
I thought it was painfully middle brow. And a lot of the problems I've had with this movie are a lot of the same problems I had with Jolene in terms of tone, look, but none of the weird sex stuff that Jolene had, obviously, because this is like PG or PG-13. I'm not sure.
Probably PG-13. I feel, because of scenes of sexuality. I'm assuming that's what it's gonna say.
Scenes of sexuality and massive quotation marks. I mean, I will give this movie points for like outright saying the word penis.
Multiple times.
Several times.
Yeah. Sexual content, including dialogue and for language.
Oh my god. This whole exercise was really, really bland for me in terms of this is the conflict we have. This is the problems that are presented. These are the situations we're in. This movie might as well have been called romantic comedy.
The thing is, it's not a romantic comedy.
All right. Well, if it's not a romantic comedy, it fails as a romantic drama too, because the stakes aren't that high or
but the stakes aren't that high in most relationships. I think it's a very reasonable, realistic movie, and that's not something that I guess is appealing to that many people. But it
certainly wasn't appealing to me.
I get that it's plain. I appreciate that plainness. I want realism. I don't know. There's no monologues. It's just
there aren't, but
they're fucking simple.
There aren't, but it's so meandering. First of all, I'm arguing with you on the fact that this was not a romantic comedy because it hits those beats like fucking clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
Like the meet cute, the sort of ascent of the relationship, the peak, the problems, and the inevitable and the resolution.
Mm-hmm.
And then an epilogue, which while I appreciate it in theory, I feel doesn't work in the film.
I think they could have cut the epilogue.
I like the idea.
Although I will say, I really love some of the execution of the epilogue. I hate some of the execution of the epilogue. Or not the execution, I just think it's unnecessary.
It's completely unnecessary, and it's part of, I guess, the movie's problem with juggling tone, which I guess is evident in the fact that I think it's a romantic comedy, that Juan thinks it's sort of a more naturalistic, I guess, dramedy.
Yeah.
In trying to do one and in trying to do the other, it ends up satisfying none of the criteria adequately, and it ends up just being boring. It is a bland, middle of the road. Like, there's a reason I had never heard of this movie before, you know?
I think
This
it does
this is a
get
movie.
very
This is a movie with
forgotten.
like stars and with an up and coming writer director who had made a splash with another movie called Boiler Room, which was like kind of like a Wall Street margin call kind of deal. At the end of the last episode, when you were teasing the movie, and you were like, "How have I not heard of a movie with fucking Uma Thurman, who at that point in her career was doing Kill Bill, probably the most high profile work she had ever done.
This was right after Kill Bill.
This is right after Kill Bill, and fucking Meryl Streep. And how have I not heard of a movie with both those people in them?
Well, the thing is, I think it does get forgot in in both their careers, just because they had so much around all of it. You follow up Kill Bill Volume 2, which everyone adores as this perfect movie of Tarantino's, with this, and it's just, like, it falls in between this, like, this high point of her career and, like, the low point of her career, which is basically a lot of what she did afterwards. And then with Meryl, it's just, like, it's not
Meryl.
it's
I
not
like,
an
I like that you're on a
Oscar.
first name basis with Meryl Streep.
It's Meryl fucking Streep. I can, like, come on. With Meryl, it kind of just falls in between, like, every other thing she gets nominated for, both the great stuff and the mediocre stuff.
I mean, I will say that, I mean, she had little to nothing to do with this role of the stereotypical Jewish mother.
Although
same,
I will say,
same thing
I
as
didn't
Uma
care for
Thurman, who
her.
had very little to do with this stereotypical divorcee looking for love
I think they had
role.
enough to do. I think Uma Thurman
I mean,
much more, but I actually prefer the scenes of Meryl as a mother than I do those of her as a therapist. The therapist ones came off a little false.
Like, I feel like when I'm watching Meryl Streep do this, I can see the wheels turning in her head, going, how can I make this pop?
And she does. She
I
does
don't know,
make it
man.
pop. She does to me, especially like.
I will say this though, Uma
Mhm.
Thurman has a great facial language.
Yes, she does.
She has this way about using her eyebrows and her eyes that is very captivating and brought some like a little nuance to this thing. It's a kind of subtle physicality that happens a lot in romantic comedies, and I wish there was a lot more of that, because to go back to Brian Greenberg for a second, his body language and sort of subtle physicality is not subtle at all.
At all.
Brian Greenberg is not a good actor, at least not in this movie. Here's the thing, John Abrahams has this weird thing. Oh, he's the friend that sleeps around and only like dates women once, and for some reason pies them in the face.
Yes.
Like a fucking clown.
I think my favorite bit was when he goes, man, I should make this into, do you think I could pass this off as performance art? And I'm like, that's exactly what this is. Like, I don't get this.
Here's the thing. That's how big of a dick this character is that he's been doing this just for kicks up until that point and then realizes the possibilities.
Yeah. It's such a stupid character trait. Like, he sleeps with women once and pies them in the face.
Yeah, there's like 3 movies in here that were like looking for like a director. Because, Ben Younger, not... Like, here's the thing, this also falls into the trap of major studio comedies looking really bland. There's nothing that pops off the screen at me, except for, like, Uma Thurman's eyebrows.
But, like, see, that bothers me.
You're in New York!
Movies...
You're in New York
No.
City.
Hang on. Do movies have to pop out at you to be
Somehow,
good?
it wasn't happening in the script. It wasn't happening with most of the performances. The direction.
I think it was happening in the performances, specifically the female performances. I think there's a lot of solid characterization out there. And
there is one decent performance in this film, and that is Uma Thurman.
I stand by Meryl Streep. I think it, like...
I feel like Meryl Streep is trying, but the role is not meaty enough. It's not...
No, but that's the thing. I think the stupid as shit plot offers her a lot of moments of discomfort, I guess. I don't want to say discomfort, but like you see this woman, like from the very get-go, you see her as this woman who's pretty, like, I don't want to call her like open-minded, I guess, because like she's telling this woman like, oh, like, oh, a 37-year-old woman dating a 27-year-old, that's okay, because that's how he was initially billed as to her therapist. She's very much like, you need to go out there, you need to like live your life, you're divorced, etc., your like last marriage was shit, blah blah blah, go have fun. That's a relatively open-minded thing for an older Jewish woman to be telling like this younger woman. So this is a relatively open therapist who is very much interested in seeing her client, I guess, succeed at life again.
See the light.
Not
Right.
necessarily love, because she doesn't expect her to fall in love immediately again, and she doesn't expect her to fall in love with a 27-year-old as much as it would be good for her, because they're both at their sexual peak, haha. Which I
Right.
like. I honestly like a lot of the little like one-liners. She makes them pop very well. Both of them do.
I
They
thought a
have
lot of
such
them were
good
kind of.
interactions.
A lot of the jokes were kind of lame.
The thing is, like, you told me this yesterday, and you thought they were mom humor, and they absolutely are mom
No,
humor, but I don't
a lot
mind
of
that.
the. No, you're misquoting me. I said that a
I'm
lot
sorry,
of the
wine mom,
wine mom humor, and
wine mom
yeah,
humor.
I'm not a wine mom, but
I
you,
am a
my
wine
friend,
mom.
are definitely in that category.
Absolutely.
There's one like centerpiece scene where Meryl Streep has just found out that her son and her client are dating, and that her son is the person that Uma Thurman's talking about in the sessions. And there's this interminable, endless sequence where like Uma Thurman is like describing their sex life in detail, and it's just painful to watch. Not because it's
Meryl's
like
reactions are gold.
not because it's like uncomfortable, just because it's so lame, so
Oh my god, it is
boring.
not lame.
It
You
is
are
so boring.
so fucking
It is
wrong.
like
Oh, whatever.
it's no, it's so fucking boring, dude.
Anyway,
I
what I
get
was trying
nothing
to
from that.
say was, once she discovers about the relationship, you see so many changes in her character, and they're not like all
Earned.
that explicit, because we only get glimpses into Streep's characterization, I guess, or character in general. But
This is a problem.
no, I don't think it's a problem, because the movie's not about her. That one dinner scene I thought was a really, really great, like the first time she goes over to his house to meet all of his family, I thought was a really great representation of what I liked about the movie. It's so, like, yes, it's plain in presentation, but you see that one bit where she just hugs her, and she starts like crying a little bit, because she's like, it's so good to see you. It's so representative of like everything this character is going through, not just like she's starting to sort of lose her happiness with this guy. She's lost her crutch, because let's be real, Meryl Streep was essentially her character's sort of crutch, because she never really talked to that many of her friends, as much as they like pop up every once in a while. I didn't care for her friends, I will say that much.
That whole subplot probably could have been cut. That's probably the fad
Yes,
that needs to
absolutely.
disappear.
I think so. I'll give you that wholeheartedly. That scene, and then having the dinner follow that sort of cry immediately, with just the sort of uncomfortableness of all of it, and the uncomfortableness that comes with a relationship with such a huge age difference, because it's 23 and 30. That's 14 years. Like she could literally be his mother had she had him young enough.
Pretty young.
I think one of the biggest issues, like one of the things that this movie does so well, is show the difference of, like, I guess not ambition, but life goals that a 23-year-old and a 37-year-old woman would have. And not just in the fact that, like, this kid is just a fucking, yeah, he's a painter, whatever, but he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit about his life. And that's what a lot of 23-year-old, and Uma Thurman's side of it, that final-ish scene where she said, like, he's like, oh, I want to have you, like, I want to give you a baby. And she's just like, I can't
That is the
do
worst idea.
that. I can't do that to you. Like, what the fuck was I thinking? What the fuck are you thinking? Like, that's a really, like, quintessential moment to her character. I thought that was so well handled.
Yeah, it's a shame the whole movie wasn't like that though.
Fuck you. You're so negative.
Yeah, I'm the negative Nancy in this case because I thought the movie was kind of crappy.
I don't. I think the movie is pretty good. Whatever.
But
I also
you
really,
raise good points about like the way the movie treats ambition. But a side effect of that is that the characterization, since it's kind of like not really thorough, it wavers wildly from scene to scene.
if you say so.
I mean, that's what I felt. I mean, about after the hour mark, it feels like the personalities of the main characters are like short circuited and changed. Like then
For
Brian
her main
Greenberg,
character, for her character, or
like
his?
at that point, Brian Greenberg became a massive man-child slob.
But that's the thing. When
Uma
you
Thurman became like the sort of
first
the sort
enter,
of nag, and then Meryl Streep was like a neurotic fucking mess, and it felt so like not of a piece with the rest of the film. It's like okay, now you got goofier now. Okay,
but the thing is, like, when you first enter a relationship, everything is very idealistic and average and normal and nice, and then you start realizing, oh shit, this is what real people in real relationships have to deal with. And you become real people. And like I know you're saying like, oh, they become stereotypes, but like they don't. They become average fucking human beings. Not romantic comedy stars.
I just felt like that transition was made with like an audible clunk. I don't know. I mean, there wasn't enough time to help build these characters in order to make that transition from like date people to relationship people smooth.
I disagree, but that's fair. I have like one final note. I don't know how many more you have.
I got a few.
Okay, do you want to like sound off yours before I hit you with my final?
Okay, yeah. Let's put a pin in your final one. Let's go through the ones I got here. There's a couple of things that more than a couple. There's a few stray notes. I'm not a fan of how this movie name drops like high art types in order of seeming hip or cool.
I don't think it does it to seem hip or cool. I actually think Antonioni is not a terrible name drop.
Yeah, why Michelangelo Antonioni in this case?
Oh, can I add on to that?
Sure.
Antonioni is very much known for his meandering bullshit. Like, I feel like that's...
Yeah, well, this wasn't artful meandering bullshit. This was like studio meandering.
Listen. His meandering bullshit only qualifies as artful when it's well done. He is not always that good at doing it. Sometimes
yeah, but
his
he's
movies
certainly
are
better
like,
than Ben Younger at doing it.
Oh, listen.
I'm as big a fan of Uma Thurman as I am, she's no Monica Vitti. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I mean, she isn't, but like some of Antonioni's films are like fucking slogs to get through.
This movie was a slog, but for a different reason.
His Eros piece in particular is like my most hated fucking thing of all time. But anyway.
Jesus, okay. But yeah, I mean, Antonioni, Rothko, and Coltrane. And Coltrane ties into this other weird thing about this movie is that it's like sort of peripherally racist.
Peripherally racist.
Peripherally racist in that Uma Thurman's jamming Coltrane in her apartment because she's cool, right? She's hip to that. And
yeah, she is.
And in jest, Brian Greenberg says, refers to it as Negro music. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay,
what?
In all fairness, he's a shitty 23-year-old. I want to stand by that because the amount of
every interaction
23-year-olds we see on the internet.
And every interaction with like the apartment building concierge is the worst.
In all fairness, I'm gonna keep on I'm not defending it, but like my interactions with like building concierges have been just as awkward and shitty.
But are you trying to give him dap and speak in lingo?
No, I'm not. But then again, like all of mine were all like Latino concierges, so I bonded with them. But at the same time, like I didn't bond with them because one of them asked me. Like, yeah, I'm assuming
here's a
it wasn't
rule of thumb. I don't offer anyone a fist bump unless I know them personally. You know?
I can't say I do the same.
I've
offered fist bumps to people I don't know as well as I should.
No, there is a level of intimacy that has to be reached. Like, it is more intimate than a handshake. A fist bump?
If you say so.
No, I just don't go around like fucking... like, extending my fist to any old person. I have to have a very, very, very close rapport with that person.
That's fair, but okay. Anyway,
I want to posit to you, there's I got a whole theory about this, and I'm not going to expand upon it. But it is a lot worse to have a fist bump, neglected, have a fist left hanging, than a high five. It is so much worse.
That's fair. That's fair. I agree.
Not only is the other person not reciprocating, you look like a jackass. You look like a dipshit.
It's true. But my experiences with concierges have not been all that great. One of them asked me if Rick and I were brothers, probably in a poor attempt to figure out if we were fucking. But for those, explain who Rick is to those listening who are not Rick is my
Tumblr
significant
buddies.
other. That is the thing he is.
For the record, not his brother.
Yeah, not my brother.
That would be gross.
But yeah, my concierge experiences are not not great either. So anyway,
This is like a really bad Woody Allen movie.
it's not a really bad Woody Allen movie.
Without any of like the like sophistication or whatever the fuck that is.
I'm
Woody
actually like this ties in perfectly to my final note.
Woody Allen does middle brow well, and only occasionally.
See, okay, this is going to tie into my last note because I do want to discuss it's like a comparison point to Woody Allen.
Sure.
And I actually think it's interesting that like Meryl Streep was in Manhattan, which is the movie I'm going to directly fucking reference.
Okay.
And in Manhattan, you have this like relationship between this much older man and a younger woman. She's fucking 17. And like, you know, you get the happy fucking ending and whatnot. And
Manhattan,
like,
great movie, creepy movie.
yes. And like, this is the exact opposite of that. And I really appreciate, like, it turns the typical formula of like Woody Allen's like older man dating a younger woman and having things go pretty well regardless of their romantic comedy formulas. And this is just like, no, this is an older woman dating a younger man and realizing just how fucked up that entire process actually is.
You know what?
And that's something you don't get.
This whole movie would have been better if Brian Greenberg were 17. It would make more sense.
I don't think it'd make more sense. I think 23 is fine.
I don't know.
Like, again, a 14-year age difference is still pretty fucking big. Like,
yeah, I know, but anyway. Now we're going down into a slippery slope about, about the ages of people in relationships and what's this and what's that. And we're talking about fucking Manhattan of all things.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Manhattan is a much better movie than this, regardless of its minor problems.
Minor problems.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, Derek, are you going to give it a fresh or a rotten?
Nice try, movie. I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
No, I thought it was exceedingly bland. I thought, like I said before, this is like I might as well have been watching an hour 45-minute beige screen the whole time.
Fuck you, and I think it's fresh because I think it is a very interesting depiction of an older woman, younger man relationship, which is something that doesn't get much playtime without it being scandalous or cougars or bullshit. So yeah.
I mean, that's commendable, but it doesn't make it good.
I think it makes it good. I think it's a good enough movie. It's not perfect. It's very, very heavily flawed.
Yeah, theme is not enough to make a movie good. A noble theme is not good enough to make a movie good.
Ugh, whatever, Derek. You suck. I wanted to quote something from Roger Ebert's review, which I found the other night. He gave it 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4?
Yes.
Generous bastard.
I know. Whatever. But I wanted to. Where was it? Oh, also in the final scene, I wanted to add that like Rachel Yamagata's "I Wish You Were Love" or whatever. Fuck,
that's who that was. I thought I knew that.
Yeah, it's a really nice. I really liked it. Yeah, I wish you love
the voice,
Rachel Yamagata.
But I couldn't put a name to it. It's Rachel Yamagata.
Yeah, I really fucking loved that use of that song, even though I didn't really care for it. But oh, okay, so here it is. It's his last line of his review. And it's, there's a final shot in which Rafi and David regard to each other with affection and nostalgia, and I wondered if the characters were expressing something else as well. The wish that they could meet in another movie and start over. And, like, I think that ties into
Roger
how we
Ebert,
both feel about this movie.
Right on the fucking head. Oh,
yeah.
man. Even in death, he shames me. Even in death, he makes me look like a fucking amateur.
Yeah, and I actually love how that ties into like how both of us feel about this movie, because Ebert did enjoy it, but he also feels like they should have been in another movie. And
Rest
they
in peace, man. One of the greats.
I know. Absolutely. But he gave it 3 out of 4, so he gave it a fresh, so fuck you. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess he was on your side more than mine.
He was. So, what is the recommendation of the week for you?
Yeah, so my recommendation, the link is through Zach Orth, who plays one of the gay friends in this film.
Yeah.
He is 4th or 5th or 6th build in this film, and he's also 4th or 5th or 6th build in this film, which is Wet Hot American Summer, 2001, directed by David Wayne.
Which is really amusing because I just finished watching Role Models by David Wayne last night.
Wet Hot American, I came to this movie late. I only saw it maybe a couple years ago. It is so goddamn funny. It is so goddamn funny.
It really is.
It is the goofiest. I really like the acting in this film because it's an inspired kind of goofy acting.
Absolutely. I love
Everyone in
it.
this movie is so goddamn funny. I mean, to the point where H. John Benjamin voices a can, and it's like the
Yes.
funniest fucking thing in the movie. It's amazing.
It's so
Everyone,
stupid, but it's
it's
fucking
so stupid,
hilarious.
but it's so hilarious.
That can be said for a lot of David Wayne stuff, though, because a lot of people hated they came together, but like, it's
Like
so
if like in a nice way of saying it, it's a very heavily stylized movie in terms of performance. And
absolutely.
the
I'm
jokes
actually very
are
excited for the Netflix show
so
too.
oh man, it's one of those movies there, along with a lot of stuff that those people are involved with, like the state and Stella and all that. You have to be tuned into that
That kind of
specific
humor.
into that specific kind of wavelength. But if you're there, you're in for a fun time. David Hyde Pierce is in this
Absolutely.
movie, and he's really fucking funny.
Yes, he is.
It's so goofy and it's so fun. Wet Hot American Summer. Get on it.
Absolutely. I stand by that recommendation.
What's yours?
I'm going to hit the world with an unpopular recommendation. It was the film that came out the same year as this one by Uma Thurman, and it is The Producers, which is also
Uh-oh.
female directed.
Okay.
I will stand by that, just saying. Yeah, it's
Okay.
The
All right.
Producers.
I
The
didn't
Producers
like
is
the
not a very
remake.
popular movie. I don't love it. I really fucking enjoy that remake. In all fairness, it's probably because I saw the remake before I saw the original.
Yeah, me
But
too,
like, I
actually.
also don't think the original is that great either.
It's all right. I mean, Gene Wilder is fucking amazing in it. It is
Gene
one
Wilder
of
is
the
amazing in everything, but
no,
like,
but no. Gene Wilder's performance in The Producers is one of the great underrated comic performances of all time. Straight up.
that's fair. I'll give you that. But anyway, I really just love everything about this movie. I have so much fun watching it. It's not a perfect stage to screen
Like,
adaptation,
does
but like,
Uma Thurman plays the sort of Swedish bombshell, right?
yes, oola,
Oh God,
oola,
Jesus.
oola, like to clean. I fucking love it. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think Mel Brooks had a lot of fun. I just really like that musical on a general level. I think it's a good like adaptation of a previously existing work, and everyone just seems like they're having the time of their lives making that movie. Like whether it's like Matthew Broderick, Nathan Lane, John Barrowman,
No, there's a lot
everybody.
of really talented people in this film, but it just did not work for me.
It worked pretty goddamn well for
Even Will
me. I
Ferrell, he's
had
got like his 5 minutes in this movie. That's all right.
more than 5 minutes, and he's pretty solid. But anyway, that's my recommendation. So now the time of the episode where you decide what is our next movie.
I've had this movie on the brain for a couple days now because I've been writing for Sound On Sight's Canadian Film Month project.
Hmm.
And
Are you gonna shamelessly plug your article?
oh man, I recently an article went live yesterday that I wrote on this film. If you're interested, this is a movie that after I'd seen Cube, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. Um, are you slow clapping me, or is that just a mic thing?
Sorry, that was a mic thing, but I'll pretend I was slow clapping you.
That's not slow at all. That's like an average
Okay, I'm
clap.
sorry.
There we go. Don't you slow clap me. Fuck you up.
Yeah, okay.
What the hell was that? Anyways, yes, Cube is one of my all-time favorite movies. And back when I was in, I guess, early high school, I didn't know a director from a hole in the ground. I didn't, like, conceptualize movies in the ways that I conceptualize movies now. But I did see at a video store, because I lived in the video store era, believe it or not. And I saw on a DVD from the director of Cube, and I'm like, shit, I love that movie, so I'm going to pick this one up. And when I went to rent it, the guy at the video store said, do you want to buy this for $10? Because no one has ever rented it. You are literally the first person to rent this movie.
Really?
So I bought it on DVD for $10
No
at the
shit.
video store. And I watched it, I loved it, and I still love it today. This is going to be like
That's
the 6th or 7th
kinda
time I'm
beautiful.
going to see this movie. The movie we're doing in a couple of weeks is Nothing,
Woo!
2003, directed by Vincenzo Natali.
Which I am actually very much looking forward to at this point.
Oh, it's so good, man. I really like it.
Can't wait. I will probably have fun with it. If you'd like to learn more about us, you can find us at dimthehouselights.com. Both Derek and I write for it because we're the co-editors, and you can also find us on Twitter and Letterboxd under the following screen names, usernames, whatever they are.
Handles.
Whoa, it's Juanito, WOAH, it's Juanito, and Derek _G.
That's right. We also have side gigs working for other websites. I contribute occasionally at Sound On Site. Juan's got a gig at the Miami New Times and is also contributing to Yam Magazine. And that's. I think this is a quick episode.
Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job, actually.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and see you.
Even with all of our fucking technical difficulties.
Yeah, this episode's gonna be a little rough sonically because we got a buggy internet connection. But thanks for listening anyway, in spite of that, and see you in 2 weeks.
See you.